Hi, everyone. It's 5:45 Pacific, 8:45 Eastern. I'm Denis. I will be facilitating this evening's Footsoak meditation. So hopefully you have your Footsoaks ready. In the first couple of minutes as folks join, take the time to prepare if you haven't yet. As more folks join, we will get started in a few minutes. It's really nice to see so many people here. I'll start by a quick introduction before we get into the meditation. This will also give folks a few minutes to join. I am Denis. Really excited to be here this evening. A few words about myself. I have been living in the States for the last 25 years or so, originally from Ukraine. Came to college here, and then shortly after college, really got a desire to learn a little bit more about meditation, and through various ways and means, discovered Sahaja Yoga. And this was early 2000s, and at that time I was in Chicago. So I found a fascinating, really dynamic, wonderful group of people who were practicing Sahaja Yoga then in Chicago, and really got to experience Sahaja Yoga by meditating with them. It was a lot of fun for me in the early years, and kind of was foundational in many ways, and about how I see the world and how my life was shaped afterwards. The organizers asked me to maybe tell a story about my journey in Sahaja Yoga so far. It's interesting. I kind of was reflecting as well what that would be. And there's so many wonderful moments. I'm sure as you meditate as well, you will also find things that happen for you or change within you that are really remarkable. I think for me, the thing that struck me the most, and it happened slowly, was when I originally started practicing Sahaja Yoga. I remember that I had a lot of mental kind of baggage that I carried from the past. And what was most remarkable for me, I remember, and it's only something that I realized perhaps 4 or 5 years later, is how gradually and slowly the practice of Sahaja Yoga kind of almost invisibly, without me being aware, kind of washed out all those things out of me, which was really remarkable because, you probably hear in these classes all the time about Sahaja, what it means. It means effortless or spontaneous. But it's only when you start kind of practicing it and really experiencing for yourself that you will understand what it means. And it's really something that each one of you should experience, and it only happens when you start meditating, when you practice, when you start observing how it affects your life and how it changes it. So I think that's the thing that stands out the most. I have a lot of other funny stories that happen along the way, but those were a little bit less maybe significant to some extent. I think the inner change that happens within you over the years is what I think impresses you the most. So I wish the same to you. Hopefully that's something that you're already experiencing through your early experiences with meditation, depending how long you've been practicing. Today's the night of the Footsoak, so if you have been here already, first 15 minutes we'll Footsoak together, and then the 10 minutes after we'll just meditate together to really solidify our experience. Hopefully each one of you has a Footsoak bowl already prepared with the water that you prefer. I usually take on the cooler side because I tend to run hotter on the right side, but hopefully you already know how to kind of moderate a little bit the temperature. Just to remind everybody, if you're a little bit more on the sluggish side, maybe on the sleepy side, a warmer water is better. If you're a little bit more on the active side and you have trouble stopping thinking, slightly cooler water is better. So with that, we'll get started. Let's place our feet in the water. And hopefully everybody knows how to raise our Kundalini energy and take abundance. So we'll start with that. So slowly we'll raise our Kundalinis. 1, 2, and 3. Now we'll do the bandhan, which is right hand to the left hip. Slowly we move our hand to the right hip and back. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Let's put our hands in our lap, palms facing up. And for the first couple of moments, let's simply observe how we feel. How we feel in our palms, how we feel inside our bodies. Sit comfortably, try to relax any of the tight areas, any muscles that may be stressed after a long day. Just consciously kind of observe your body and relax. Let's take a couple of deep breaths. So breathe in on a count of 4. Hold your breath on the count of 4. Breathe out and then hold your breath. You don't actually need to count. All it is to say is just deeply breathe in, hold it for a while, fully breathe out, hold it for a while, and repeat. You'll generally find starting your meditation with deep breathing without necessarily counting your breath or anything like this helps you get into meditation. Let's start by balancing our channels. So we'll take our right hand and just point it towards the ground. You must be sitting in the chair like I am, so just simply put the right hand towards the ground and keep the left hand on your lap. As you may have already learned, by placing our right hand on the ground or towards the ground, we help our left side to clear. Mother Earth helps us clear the left side. So here in our hearts, simply request, let's request, Mother Earth, please cleanse my left channel. Please take away any emotional imbalances. Any desires or wants that disturb my attention. Any emotion that takes me away from my joy. As you sit like this, simply observe the middle of your palms. Sometimes you may feel something also at the top of your head, but that may happen later, once you establish yourself in meditation. One thing I learned through my years is it's important to be resilient. So some days you may feel great. Some days you may feel like you're not feeling much, and that's okay. Over time, meditation pays off. So you start feeling on the left palm a cooler, lighter vibrations. You can bring your hand back on your lap, the right hand back on your lap. Let's take our left hand and now put it up towards the sky, with your palm facing over your left shoulder. As you probably have learned already, this is a way to cleanse our right channel. So the right channel is a channel of activity, of thinking, mental projections, planning, being effective, efficient, productive. And sometimes in the heat of it all, makes us overactive. So this, by raising your left hand up, you could actually let that heat escape. And it's little heat that gets accumulated in our liver. So here, by holding our left hand up towards the sky and right hand on our lap, we allow this heat to escape, allowed our mind to settle down, our attention to settle down. And the way you will know that it's settling down is when you meditate, your attention is not going to be going from one thing to another. So here, let's request our own Kundalini energy. Mother Kundalini, please cleanse my right channel. Please take away any heat, any thoughts, any mental activity from our right channel so that I can go into meditation. The words are less important than actually the desire to go into meditation here. So say it the way that you want to address your own Kundalini energy. When you feel like your right palm gets cooler, you can lower your hand back on your lap and relax again. Now, to help our energy rise even stronger, so one thing we can do is we'll take our right hand and move it slowly along the spine, from the base of our spine to the top of our head. As you already know, or you may know, that just moving our hands in certain ways allows our energy to rise stronger and take us into meditation. There's no mental activity involved here. Our hands are emitting energy, and by using this energy, we're helping our Kundalini energy effectively to rise. So it's really powerful, very fascinating, but it's better not to think about it when we meditate. So again, from the base of our spine, slowly along our spine to the top of our head. And one thing I like to do when I do this is to say a long Om, which is what I call a mantra, which is a sound that, again, promotes meditation. So I'm going to do this a few times, and maybe at the comfort of your home or wherever you meditate, if you can, do it together with me. Now keep your right hand above your head. See if you can register the gentle sensation of Kundalini rising from your Sahasrara, from the last chakra, from the seventh chakra at the top of your head. It can be cool, it can be sometimes warm if you had a long, tiring day. Sometimes feel like a little tingling here and there. As long as you feel it, just observe it. Sometimes it's a little higher or a little lower. Could be a little to the front or to the back of the head. Experiment with it. I find just focusing on this sensation on my palm often is the trick that takes me into meditation. Let's try with the other hand. Place your right hand down, left hand above your head. See if you can feel the same or similar sensation. You may not feel the same exact thing. It's because our left channel and right channel are often in different states. It's very personal. But hopefully as you meditate, you already started finding patterns in that too. If you feel that day after day, you feel similar sensations on left and right, and they're different compared to each other, you can find something for yourself, what that means for you, and how you can further deepen your meditation. But for now, simply observe. Again, let's take a couple of deep breaths. Feels wonderful. Let's wash our feet. Hopefully you have a little cup of water that you can wash your feet from your Footsoak. Let's set aside our Footsoaks. And remaining 5-10 minutes, we'll simply meditate without the Footsoak to solidify or to really fill our channels with the energy. When we meditate, our channels and our energy centers get filled, literally recharged like batteries. So it's always important after a Footsoak to sit for 5-10 minutes and let them recharge, because during Footsoak, they're cleansed. So now we need to fill them with the pure energy of our Kundalini. And along the way, we'll work on a couple of energy centers together. So one energy center that I would love to work on is our Agya Chakra, which is right here on the forehead. So we'll put our hand across the forehead like this. And I'll recite a mantra, which is, again, a sound that helps cleanse this energy center. It's very simple. It's in Sanskrit. And it goes Ham Ksham, which in literal translation means I am and I forgive. If you're comfortable or you're somewhere where you can do this with me, let's do it together. Ham Ksham. Ham Ksham. Ham Ksham. Ham Ksham. Ham Ksham. You can say this as many times as you wish. There's no prescription as such. The intent here is that as you say this, you should feel lighter in your head. And generally, you should feel fewer thoughts passing through. It also helps sometimes to just do this circular motion around your forehead. That also helps. And I'm rotating clockwise. If you look at me, it should be looking clockwise. The same way, if one were to look at you, they would see you rotating clockwise. And it's really powerful as you meditate more and more. You will hopefully prove to yourself how effective just these simple motions can be in letting you feel better. Just the remarkable thing about Sahaja Yoga is that these simple things can help us dramatically improve our lives. Still a little bit of pressure here, but with more meditation, I'm sure it'll go away. I now want to work on this energy center, which is the Vishuddhi, which is the communication center for us. So we'll simply again rotate around the center together like this, again clockwise, slowly. And as you do so, see what you can feel in your hands and inside your, maybe along your spine. You may feel like this part of your body gets more relaxed as you do so. And as I mentioned before, usually every one of us feels it slightly different, but generally most of us will feel lighter on our index fingers, which corresponds to this energy center, and lighter around this energy center itself inside our body. Hopefully you're feeling stronger and stronger flow of vibrations on your hands, or just quieter inside. One energy center that I find personally really helpful to work regularly on is the left Swadhisthana. And I feel it a little bit tonight, so why don't we work on it all together? So left Swadhisthana is at the base of our, kind of at the bottom of our abdomen on the left-hand side, where your torso meets your leg on the left-hand side. So we'll take our right hand, and again, we'll rotate it around that part of our body, slowly in a clockwise way. Sometimes it's also helpful to say inside, Mother Kundalini, please give me pure knowledge. Please remove any impure knowledge or impure desire from this energy center. And as you rotate again, observe the sensations on your palms, sensations at the top of your head, general sense of peace inside of you. When you feel like you had enough, you can put your hand back on your lap. And now simply observe how you feel when you meditate. Naturally, your attention, or where you're paying attention, if you will naturally move towards the top of your head. So let it spontaneously go there. Don't resist it. It happens spontaneously. We'll finish our meditation by again raising our Kundalini energy and taking this bandhan. And then if you'd like to continue to be in this meditative state, we'll have a little bit of music for you continuing to play. So let's do that together. We'll raise the energy to the top of our head and tie a knot. We'll do this the second time. Tie a knot twice. And we'll do it the third time. And tie a knot 3 times. And then for Bandhan, from the left hip to the right and back. If you can help it, don't count it. Just do it while it feels good. Around 7 times is good. More importantly, see how you feel while you do this. Hopefully you feel better. And this concludes the guided part of our meditation. Apurva will turn on some music for us to continue to enjoy this state. Thank you for joining me tonight here. I really enjoyed leading this meditation. Hopefully this was helpful for you. Have a good night.
Mm-hmm.